Hey everyone, it's Jill Foster here for Penny Black, and in today's video I'm so excited to give you a look at all of the new stamps from our new holiday collection called Merry and Joy. Now I do have another video with a look at our autumn stamps and the dies from this Christmas collection, and I will link to both of those down in the YouTube description box below, so be sure you don't miss those videos either. And before we begin, I wanted to mention that all of these new stamps are available in our online store. I apologize, the search function is still not working just right, but if you click on the new button over on the left-hand sidebar, that will let you see all of the new products that I will be showing you in the video. So to start with looking at these new stamps, I thought we would take a look at the new sentiment sets. That way you can see those and then sort of notice them on the cards throughout the video. So we have three new sentiment sets. The first here is a miniature 3x4-inch sentiment set 30-619 Merry Builder, and I love this set. You get this large word Merry, and then you can build lots of different sentiments with it. Merry Little Christmas, Merry Christmas, May Your Christmas Be Merry, 'Tis the Season to Be Merry. So there's lots of different ways you can use that set, and you'll see me use that on several cards. This next set is 30-616 Thrill of Hope. And this has a really great variety of sentiments on it. You can use these with elegant cards and more cute cards. So you've got the Thrill of Hope, the Weary World Rejoices. You can see here one I've used a lot here, a merry wish for lots and lots of joy, the happiest season of all, a warm and fuzzy, sweet and happy, very Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas from our messy, jolly, chaotic, warm, happy house to yours, Merry everything, happy always. So a great mix of fonts and designs and sizes that can really cover all of your Christmas card making. Now another really fun set is our 30-622 Merry Up. This has some really great small one-line greetings, so if you like to add those on little tags. What's great is you can mix and match a lot of these with the To You and Yours or From Our Home to Yours sentiment. So joyful wishes from our home to yours, or holiday joys to you and yours. So you can really mix and match a lot of those together. So the next grouping of stamps we'll look at are brushstroke stamps, and I will also have some cards now coming up for you. So the first brushstroke or silhouette style stamp we have is 40-699 Berry Star. I just love the really homespun look of this stamp. To give you an idea on size, this is a 4¼ by 5½ inch standard A2 size card there, so you can see it fits beautifully on that. Here's the card that I've made with this. This is a 5x7 card. I've done some stamping and painting using my markers and some inking on the background. Here is another brushstroke stamp, 40-698 Glisten. I think this tree just has so much style. It's so unique and just something really special about the way that those brushstrokes come down across the tree. I've done another very simple card, just inking this in a stamp positioning tool and adding a little bit of background inking once that was all stamped out. Now this silhouette image is gorgeous once you stamp it. This is 40-701 Emerald Boughs. So you get this beautiful, very natural looking sort of boughs, and also these really cute ornaments that come with this cling stamp. And you can sort of have them hanging down from the boughs, or you could use them separately on your card. Here's another look at the sizing of that on a standard A2 size card. And I have a couple of cards I've created with this. Here I've just added it sort of coming in from the left hand side with an ornament from a different set hanging down. And this next card is actually one of my favorite, a very simple but very elegant card. I stamped it in a variety of greens, just added some red pearls and a sentiment, and that card is complete. So another really fun set of sort of brushstroke solid silhouette images is 40-717 Saplings. You get this set of 3 trees. I love that you get, when you stamp this, sort of the dark and light is built into the stamp. Here you can get an idea for size, so you could sort of layer these across a standard size card, use them in lots of different ways. I've got 3 different cards here where I'll show you where I've used these. Here I've used them in the background and using a stamp positioning tool stamped them in a variety of different greens and then also added that brown down for the trunk. Here I've stamped them actually in a black, so in a night sky, sort of a forest off in the distance. Very easy stamping, but adds such style to the card. And here I've layered a couple onto a sort of scene card or a winter scene. The next here, which you may have noticed on the previous card, is 40-708 Fragile Beauty. And these winter branches are really beautiful when you stamp them. You can heat emboss them or you can stamp them in solid colors. Here you can see I have heat embossed them in white and then painted with watercolors over the top for a really frosty look. On this next card, which you did see before, I've stamped them just off in the corner, sort of masking off a snowbank. It's a great place to add little bird embellishments too. And then on this card, I've even paired them with a more cutesy die cut and heat embossed them in the background and just added some inking on top. Now this is another solid sort of silhouette style image. This is 30-608 Nature's Decor. It's a miniature 3x4-inch stamp set. You also get a sentiment and that bow hanging down for the sort of ornament that it is. This is the easiest card to create just using a stamp positioning tool and coloring directly on the stamp with markers. And it is so elegant and so beautiful in real life. Next, we'll take a look at some of our scenic stamps. We have a couple of really beautiful winter scenes included in this collection. The first is 40-710 Snow Blanket, and so many different ways you can use this stamp. And I have done some other YouTube videos with lots of scenic stamping ideas, and they would definitely work with this stamp as well. So if you check out our YouTube channel here, Penny Black Ink, you'll find a lot of scenic videos that you could do with this stamp. It's nice and large, covers your card beautifully. Here I've actually turned it vertically and just highlighted a portion of that stamp. Just some really simple stamping and inking to that background. And then this scenic stamp is unique because it has the house built in. This is 40-709 Warm Reception. I really love the balanced layout of these trees surrounding the house. So many different ways you can color this. I also think it would look great just stamped tone on tone very simply on a card with like a white sentiment with it. So you would not have to elaborately color it if that's not your style. Here I have colored it in yellow. I've always wanted to live in a yellow house, so whenever I get a chance to color in a stamped house, I try to sneak in some yellow on there, but there's that scene. Now we have lots of stamps that really fall into the elegant and traditional holiday style, and so we're going to take a look at these next. This first one is 40-711 Winter Garden. If you love to color, this is an awesome stamp. I love the unique shape and the size, so it's nice and large. You could do it right across the center of your card. You could do portions of it along the top and the bottom and then put your sentiment in the middle. You could actually cover the entire background with this. And for my card, I did a 5x7 card and stamped and painted that in and just kept it very simple. Added a die cut border and a sentiment in the center. Now here's another really classic Christmas 40-700 Poinsettia Poem. This is a beautiful arrangement of these flowers. I love the way that they are layered. So it looks as if you've spent a lot of time masking and working on the layout of your design, but it's just one stamp and all of that is built into it for you. Here I've put it across the top. This is a 5x7 card, but you could also do it on a standard size card, a 4¼ by 5½. Here's where I've used that on such a size card. This time I stamped and embossed it in gold onto toned gray paper and colored it in with colored pencils. Now this stamp is 40-702 Homespun. I have to say this is one of the most unique Christmas wreaths that I've seen. I really love the rustic elegance of this. You can turn it lots of different ways on your card and it looks beautiful no matter which way that you turn it and get a totally different look. Fits beautifully onto a standard size card, or you can put it onto a larger card as I've done here. And I simply stamped this in a brown ink and then painted it in. And I just love the way that that has turned out. It's really fun and actually quite simple to paint. This is a transparent set, 30-618, all the trimmings. This has really nice, substantial images within the set. So I like with our transparent sets, there's not like a lot of tiny little fillers that you don't know what to do with. You really get some beautiful large images. So here is one card I've done with one of those larger images down at the bottom. This was colored in with alcohol-based markers. And then here I've just done a very clean and simple modern look with just one of those little branches coming up off from the side. Now this next set is 30-607, all wrapped up. I cannot get enough of this tree. I just love, love, love that tree so much. And this is a beautiful poinsettia up here in the corner. These branches, the curves to the branches are really beautiful. And I think this little tree up here would be so cute with some critters. It just has just a touch of a whimsical feel to it. So here's a look at that favorite tree of mine. Again, I've colored that with alcohol-based markers and then just fussy cut it out and added it to a very simple background with just some gold embossed snowflakes on the background. Now the next card I've used the poinsettia from the stamp set and stamped it around the perimeter of my card in a light colored ink and then painted it in for a no line watercolor look and then just added my sentiment to the center. Now this set is 30-610 ornate, and this also has an exact match die. So there's 3 different ornaments, but they all are the same size, so they all fit with this one exact match die. So it's a great value. You can get a lot of different looks with the set, and it is a miniature 3x4-inch transparent set. And here is a look at the card that I've created with that. I just added a die cut branch up at the top and added those ornaments on there. It's kind of hard to see, but there's just a tiniest little bit of gold thread there at the top where they attach to the die cut. Now I love some bird stamps, and they're really great for the holidays too. So we have a few of these for you, some stamps with feathered friends. The first is it's 40-704 Ruby Trill. And this is to me just total classic Christmas, this beautiful cardinal and the holly and the berry on the leaves. Here you can get an idea for size on a standard A2 4¼ by 5½ inch card. And for the card I've made here, this is a square card. I stamped this on a tone grade paper and then colored it in with colored pencils. This next bird is the happiest little bird. This is 40-703 Snowy Flight. I love the unique look of the branches with just the berries on here. Also makes it very easy to color because there's not any large expanses that you need to color with this. And I did the same technique for this bird, stamped onto toned gray paper and then colored it in with my colored pencils. Now this next set is a miniature 3x4-inch transparent set. This is called Pinecone Perch. The product number is 30-617. And just a beautiful set. Everything's already laid out for you, and it has a great little sentiment here, the sending joy. I love very simple one-line sentiments like that. I think they come in very handy. And here's a look at that finished card. Now, if you're wondering about the dies and everything that you're seeing on these cards, be sure you check out the video that features all of the dies, such as the one shown on this card. And I'll link to that down in the YouTube description box below. Now I know this has one little bird on here, but I wanted to include it. This is 30-624 Frosty's Flakes, and I love this snowman. He is the happiest guy, and these snowflakes up here are so beautiful, so unique just on their own. They're really handy to have for backgrounds and scenes that you may be creating for any of your holiday cards. And here is a look at the card that I've made with this guy. Colored it in using alcohol-based markers and mounted it to my frame with some die-cut snowflakes. Now for our holidays, we also have some very furry and very cute friends to take a look at. This first set is 30-625 Carefree Christmas. Again, if you like to color, this is so much fun. I have yet to color this guy down here in the truck. I can't wait to color that in. This set of carolers is too cute, too fun. I just love how he's the little hedgie standing up there directing them. And so I had to use that on my card. Here I've colored them with alcohol-based markers and then fussy cut them out and added them to an inked background and also die cut with one of our new dies. Next we have a miniature 3x4-inch transparent set 30-626 hopping by, and this does have an exact match die available. It will cut the cute little bunny and then also that little gift up there as well. And so this makes it very easy to set up a little scene. And I love these characters. When you're coloring them and creating with them, you just can't help but feel happy as you're creating cards with them. Now this next set is 30-615 Togetherness, and this does have an exact match die available. You can see how adorable these are. I love the way these bears are positioned sort of sitting up. You could have them sort of sitting up on these ornaments right up there, or you could have them sitting across this. You could stamp that sort of line of holly across your card and have them sitting on there. Now the dies that are available will cut out the bears and that little hedgie up at the top, the set of ornaments, and also the bow. And so I'm just showing you here. Yep, those are the ones that those will cut for you. And here is the card I created. Like I said, the way that those bears are positioned so that they're sitting, they really work well with frames or like this here where I put them in the oval to finish off your card. Now this is a miniature 3x4-inch transparent set. This one is 30-612 Teamwork. And you also get the sentiment Very Merry Christmas that comes with that. And here is the card what I've created with that. Again, colored it with alcohol-based markers and fussy cut it out and just added it to an inked background. Now we have some really adorable Hedgie and Pals getting into a lot of Christmas and winter fun. So we'll take a look at those next. This first set is 30-609 Cozy Critters. You can see how we've got them in the stocking, all bundled up. I love the guy with the little antlers and the cute tree that goes with them. Now these also have an exact match die available. So I'll just lay these out here. So you can cut the guy, the little hedgie in the stocking, the bear with the stocking, the bear with the bag, the tree, also the little guy up on the top, and the other two little ones. So you can cut everything out that is on this stamp set, and you can combine them, use them on their own. There's just lots of different ways that you can use these. So I've made a couple of cards with these. Here you can see I've created just a little scene. I really like using these sort of small scale. So like a little vignette here in the center of the card. And again, here's that. It just looks so happy popping out of that stocking, and just added that to a little frame. Next we have this Hedgie having some more fun with his friend here. This is 30-606 Christmas Costume. And this has the exact match die available as well. I love how they're dressed up here. And so I have just colored those with alcohol-based markers and used the exact match die to cut them out and add them to my frame. And you can see that sentiment is just a perfect match for these critters. Now this last set with the hedgies is 30-620 Skis and Skates. You can see these guys are all having lots of fun here doing some wintertime activities. And I've got a couple of cards here with these. Here's the little gal skating. I love the tutu on her. So fun to color. Just cut her out and added her with a die cut sentiment there. And here's the little guy skiing. And so again, really fun to add him up in the sky. It adds such movement and really joy to your holiday card. Now we have some really adorable elves. We have two elf sets that we'll take a look at next. These are miniature 3x4-inch transparent sets. This first one is 30-621 Bauble Balance. I love the sentiment that comes with this to have yourself a jolly holiday. And here's the card I've made with that, walking across that new die cut sentiment. Just colored him in with alcohol-based markers and then fussy cut him out. And then this other elf is 30-623 beaming. Again, super cute, and again, the perfect sentiment to go with it. I'm dreaming of a bright Christmas. I did a similar layout with this where I've just colored him in and fussy cut him out, lightly inked the background, and situated him over one of our new die cut sentiments. So now we have just a few more sets to look at, and these have a very modern and whimsical feel, but not too over the top. So they're just really fun to work with. This first set is 30-611, Oh Dear. You get three really fabulous trees in this, and then a couple of deer, some little playful snowflake and star, and then this also sort of sprig of stars and branches on the side. So a very useful set. Here I've created a whimsical fun scene, doing just a little bit of masking and stamping with the trees and one of the deer from that set. And here I've used just the trees. I just think these are the most playful, happy looking trees, so I've just layered some of those across the front of this card. This next set is 30-628 Trendy Trimmings. Some really fun sets here. You could stamp like the boughs going across the top and add these ornaments hanging down. The little stars, all the little pieces in here are just so cute. I've made a couple miniature tags with these, so just stamp them and then fussy cut them out and added them to the tag shape. You can see that the whimsical art, the illustrations, they're just so happy. I love things when you're creating them and giving them to other people that just have a really happy feeling, and these definitely do. This set is 30-605 Trinkets. Again, a really substantial set. You're getting 5 really nice size, very different, beautiful ornaments. You also get the branches up at the top, a couple of different styles that you can have them hanging down from if you wanted to do that. Here I've used several of the ornaments across one card. Done very basic coloring with these, and I think that suits this style of stamp. So if you don't like to spend a ton of time shading, these look really beautiful just colored in very solid colors, and the artwork, the illustrations really make them come to life. This next is a miniature transparent set. This is 30-604 Dainty Doves. And you get a couple of really beautiful and whimsical doves. I love the art, the lines that are drawn on the doves themselves. And here is the card that I've created with that. Just some really basic shading on there. Fussy cut them out and added to the card with a couple of die cuts. And finally, we have our transparent set 30-613 Cozy Nights. And this is a great sort of snow globe set. I love that the snow globe is a separate stamp from the little house that can go inside. So you can create lots of little scenes in this snow globe. You could use the little critters inside of there. This does have the exact match dies that will cut out the snow globe and the little house and the little leaves there that you see positioned inside of the snow globe. Those come out separately. But like I said, I love that you can just cut out the snow globe itself and create whatever scene you would like to inside. And here is the card that I've created to feature that set. I thank you so much for watching today. Remember, you can continue to connect with Penny Black on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, as well as our website and blog. If you're interested in any of the supplies used on all of these cards, we will be featuring them with links to our online store in the next couple of weeks on our blog, again linked down in the description box below.